We're going. Hello. Hi. I'm waiting to know I'm good to go. All right, I got the thumbs up. Good evening, everyone, and welcome. So nice to see you all here. We were reflecting a little while ago that this is our first in-person PTK induction since 2019. And that was a little like I had to go find all the stuff, wasn't sure where it was. It's like packed in boxes away somewhere. So my heart is happy that we are all here tonight and we can celebrate the amazing accomplishments of the students that are here tonight, and really just take time out of our busy lives just to come together in celebration. So my name is Chrissy Hoffman. I'm the Assistant Director of Student Life and Engagement here at CCBC, and I split my time between the Essex and the Dundalk campuses. I am very fortunate to be part of a great group of colleagues that serve as co-advisors of the different chapters. And I do want to take a minute to acknowledge them. I do also want to acknowledge that we have our other campuses who are also joining us in a virtual way, and we'll be hearing from different people on those campuses. So we also have folks on our Dundalk campus. And I share the privilege of being a co-advisor with Linda Gromberg Quinn on the Dundalk campus. We have folks at the Catonsville campus, and the advisors there are Dan Sim and Sunel Kunith. So we are excited to work together. And here at Essex, I'm very privileged to work with Kurt Kazier, who you'll be hearing from a little bit later. Also in attendance tonight, you have your chapter presidents. So at Catonsville, you have Demont Tejada Henredia. I'll get it right one day. At Dundalk, you have Sabrina Hall McCoy, and please stand up when you're on your campus. And here at Essex, we have Andrea Rodriguez, who is your chapter president. Oh, that was nice. So I'm now going to invite Car to come forward and help us through our agenda for this evening.
Thanks, Chrissy. I'm Kar Kazire. I'm an English professor here at the Essex campus, and I'm also the co-advisor. This is my first year as co-advisor, so I'm really proud to have worked with many of the students that are here today and with PTK. Um, PTK is an organization that really can't function without the support of the college, and we've been really fortunate to have excellent support in the form of our president, Dr. Sandra Kurtnitis, and our provost, Dr. Joaquin Martinez. And so Dr. Kurtnitis, I think, is going to open us up with some remarks, and I'm going to welcome her to do that now.
Oh, now look what you've done. Well, let me just say it is such a pleasure. And, I appreciate what you said about this being the first in-person event that we've been able to have since 2019. It's really special. It was wonderful to celebrate accomplishment through Zoom, but it never is the same as when we get to actually celebrate all of you in person, and that includes all of you at Dundalk and Catonsville as well. In fact, I think it would help us to know. I see we have lots of friends and guests, but the honorees, would you please stand here and at Dundalk and at Catonsville? Would you just stand up so we can see who we are honoring? And let's all give them a big round of applause. Looking good this evening? Looking good at Dundalk and at Catonsville? Please, you can sit down now. I just thought, it's wonderful when your family and your friends come to see you honored at a PTK celebration. So let me say a couple of things. Certainly to all of the Phi Thetans and really all of you who will be inducted today and all of you who are here who have been inducted in the past. We like to celebrate this kind of commitment to scholarship, fellowship, leadership, and service. And I know we hear this. It seems to me our colleague who is not here this evening, Dr. Linda Gronberg Quinn, she and I sort of share a phrase that people get tired of hearing. And the phrase is, it ain't bragging if it's true. And it is true that all three of our chapters reached five-star status yet again, correct? That's what happened at the conference. And I was supposed to come to the conference to greet you, and I think I was skiing instead. But Dr. Martinez stood in for me, and CCBC was well represented there, according to the It Ain't Bragging If It's True, Dr. Linda Grunberg Quinn. So I am pleased to welcome you on behalf of all of us at the Community College of Baltimore County. We are really proud of our Phi Theta students and really grateful to the faculty, the advisors, the folks who actually do take the time to commit to Phi Theta and to working with our Phi Theta students. And that's true on all three of our campuses. And it is appropriate, I think, for us to recognize them because they give a great deal of time and effort to encourage students to reach academic excellence. So let's give them a round of applause as well. So here's what's special. Every year, CCBC really touches the lives of somewhere between 48,000 and 50,000 students. And out of that whole group, do you know how many Phi Thetans are selected, are inducted each year? 440 this year. Yeah, so think about how special these students are. And those of you, family and friends, that should make your heart beat with a little more pride because CCBC is a huge institution. We touch many, many lives every year. And in that community, in that large community, we have a really quite special small community of scholars who actually must have a 3.5 GPA. That is no chump change. And they're they are held to that standard, 3.5 GPA. So I know if you achieve this, you often have to do it at a cost greater than one you should have to pay. Many of you managing families and jobs, juggling school with career, with life's obligations, and yet here you sit, having achieved this really, really significant milestone, 3.5 GPA. And you know, I like to always say, and I believe this is true, that CCBC works really hard to be a college that cares. And you can feel that across the whole college at the level of faculty, at the level of staff, all caring the most about the students and student success. And I often say to our folks, you know, the only reason we have a job is because we have students to care for. We have students who actually need to be nurtured and supported. And many of them then end up sitting here today. And one of the things I most enjoy at CCBC is the many ways that we find to promote and to celebrate student success and to really be loud and proud about it. So yes, there's commencement, and I think some of you will be graduating this May or this June, excuse me. I think it's June 4 this year. But there are lots of other things that occur. We celebrate athletes, we celebrate scholars, we celebrate every opportunity that we can because your success is our success. And when you leave us, especially those of you who have reached a Phi Theta Kappa status, when you leave us, you actually become one of our gifts to the community. So let me just say a couple more things. It's always a pleasure to come here now that we're here in person and we get to stand with a group of talented, creative, and accomplished students. Your selection into PTK places you in a perfect position to step into leadership roles at the college, in your communities. And there are two phrases I always like to use at this event. And one is this: the world is run by those who show up. And you have shown up. That's a really good sign. And the second is leadership is hard work. Divas need not apply. So that's why there are 440 of you being celebrated now, as opposed to 4,000 or 44,000 of the 48,000 students. And yet at the same time, I'm a college president. I love being a college president. And just as you find, I'm sure, in your leadership positions in the classroom, out of the classroom, in your job, out of your job, sometimes life gets a little bit ahead of you. Sometimes the decisions just seem so weighty and the pressure so intense. And I like to think of that old country western song. Sometimes I won't sing it, but this is the way it goes. Sometimes I get so depressed, I don't know whether to shoot myself or go bowling. So think about that, because you're not going to do the first, you're going to do the second. Life and leadership is a marathon, not a sprint. And it's so wonderful to see so many students who have actually signed up for that marathon. So Phi Theta Kappa is an excellent training ground to prepare you for leadership roles, to prepare you to do the work of the world once you leave us. There may even be a few budding college presidents out here thinking someday maybe you'd like to be the president of the Community College of Baltimore County, and you are welcome to that dream, but don't make it any time too soon, because I'm still here. Anyway, you are training. We always think of this. You are really training to save the world, to save the planet, and really to be the best you can be once you walk out of the halls of CCBC and into the world. So I compliment you for your commitment to PTK's values: scholarship, fellowship, leadership, and service. Those are not just words. They are actually very powerful essences. And so you reflect them in your commitment to PTK. And if you're here tonight, we know that you walk the proverbial walk as well as talk the proverbial talk. And we're going to hear from one of our alums very soon, who is a perfect example of out in the world, walking the walk, talking the talk, doing well. So congratulations to all of you. I wish you well, both here at CCBC and beyond. And this is extended to all of you who are at Dundalk and Catonsville as well. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Dr. Cartenitis and Dr. Martinez for being here. Dr. Cartenitis mentioned the 4 pillars of PTK: the leadership, scholarship, fellowship, and service. And we had examples of all of these things this year in our 3 chapters, where we were acknowledged this year as both the Dundalk chapter and the Essex chapter were among the top 10 chapters in the region. Dundalk had a top 10 award for their college project, which was creating a free little library. We had a book drive. You can see it. We have one here at Essex downstairs, and they have one at Dundalk. The Essex chapter was acknowledged with top 10, one of the top 10 chapters in the region, and we also top 5 in our honors and action project, which is a scholarship and service project. And we got the highest award for our specific theme in our honors and action project. PTK, I'm sort of giving the spiel for the students who aren't graduating. Please join us this spring. We have meetings every other week, and in the fall we'll have meetings. We'll be meeting over the summer and working on our projects. PTK really promotes and fosters these qualities in the students. They do things to create leadership and scholarship and fellowship and service opportunities for all of these things. And we have one example. I'm glad that Dr. K said that the world is run by those who show up, and also that leadership is hard work. So one of our students who is going to be inducted tonight, he started at CCBC in the fall. did really well this fall and was was offered a spot in PTK and took it, and he's been coming to our meetings. And we had our Middle States Regional Conference last month, and we needed a regional officer. And Kyle Clark at Echeverria said, I'd like to be the regional officer. Now, let me just say that this job comes with a lot of responsibility. He's going to give a little speech here tonight already. It's his first sort of duty as the regional officer, and he might be asked at other colleges over the course of the year to come and give their speeches during the course of this year. He's also going to organize with the other regional officers, who are mostly from schools in New Jersey, to organize a leadership conference this summer. He's going to organize and run a conference in the fall. And then he will also be running the Middle States Regional Conference next spring. This is excellent. I mean, so by the time next year, and these are pretty, not lavish productions, but they're legit, right? Kyle's going to have to like run this conference with hundreds of people attending and do what I'm doing now, and probably in a lot more, he'll do it a lot more slick than I'm doing it right now, but because of the training. So, and it's only because he stepped up and he's not a diva, and he like said, I'm willing to do the work. He didn't really even know what the work was, but he was like, I'm willing to do it. And he's finding out now. So let's welcome Kyle Clark Echeverria. He's going to give some comments as our new Southern District President. He's one of our regional officers for PTK.
Welcome, everyone. Um, Thank you for giving me the opportunity to be here with you during this induction ceremony. My name is Kyle Clark, and I am currently serving as a South District President in the Middle States region. And I'm also a member of the Chi Theta chapter here at CCBC, and it is an honor to represent such a hardworking and ambitious chapter in the region. I want to congratulate the new members of all the chapters at CCBC for their hard work and being high-performing students. Being a member of PTK means becoming more involved in the community as a leader, gaining professional experience, and always pushing through obstacles to achieve goals. Before I joined PTK, I had not yet discovered that I had possessed the ability to become a leader. And after joining and getting involved, I discovered what being a leader meant and how I could contribute to my community. That's how I ended up becoming regional officer. And I encourage you to seek leadership positions within your chapter. Every single one of you has the ability to become a leader and a positive, influential figure in your community. The skills and leadership qualities that are built in Pi Theta Kappa will help you grow into individuals who can change communities for the better. I want you all to know that if you have a goal or dream in mind, it is very possible to achieve it. As PTK members, we must work towards our goals and navigate through obstacles without giving up. I want you all to have a growth mindset, and by that I mean I want you to overcome setbacks, learn from feedback, and find inspiration within yourselves to work towards your goals. I know many of you have plans to transfer to four-year institutions, and PTK wants you to be successful in your transfer. PTK even offers scholarships and grants to facilitate that process. I want you to have a growth mindset towards your transfer goal and not lose sight of what is achievable. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. And as leaders, future scholars, and professionals, we must strive to achieve our objectives. PTK is more than just an honor society. It cultivates values that will be useful throughout your lifetime. You can be that person who's there to provide guidance when someone needs it. This society wants you to grow into role models people will look up to. I hope your experience at PTK is memorable and you can benefit from all the knowledge and skills you will learn with your chapter. Thank you and best of luck to all of you.
Hmm. I'm with Dr. K around these tall people, right? Thank you, Kyle. We really do appreciate it. And you did great for your first time. You did a great job. I now have the privilege of introducing our alumni speaker, who I have to sit here and admit to you all. She walked in and she's like, "Hi, Chrissy," and I was like, "Hey." And I didn't recognize her at first because of the maturity and just the poise and she's grown up, like it was one of those moments where I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is amazing." So I am honored and pleased to introduce Grace Martins to you all. Grace is a CCBC alumni. She graduated in the spring of 2020 with a degree in general studies. She was summa cum laude with a 4.0 GPA when she graduated. She transferred to Stevenson University and graduated with her bachelor's in nursing in the spring of 2022. She serves currently as a PICU nurse at a level 1 trauma center. And during her time at CCBC, she was Chi Theta's Vice President of Scholarship, Vice President for Media Public Relations for the Student Honors Council, and she served as an ambassador for the Student Life and Student Life Office. Please help me welcome Grace to the podium.
Thank you so much for that introduction. Um, Dear fellow Phi Theta Kappa members, faculty, and staff, it is an honor to be here with you today at the induction of new members. As an alumni of this prestigious organization, I have been given the opportunity to reflect on my journey since joining Phi Theta Kappa, and I must say, it has been nothing short of transformative. When I started my journey at the community college of Baltimore County, this campus, I was filled with ambition and determination to achieve my dreams. However, I was faced with uncertainty and self-doubt about the path I should take towards that goal I had. Like many of you, I was determined to make the most of my time here and to learn, to grow, and to succeed. And despite all my challenges and obstacles, I persevered and found the support and guidance I needed to succeed through my involvement in Phi Theta Kappa. During my time as a member of Phi Theta Kappa, I truly began to blossom. I found a community of like-minded individuals who were also striving for greatness and who were willing to support and encourage each other along the way. I found a sense of community, purpose, and belonging that had been missing from my life before. Through Phi Theta Kappa, I was exposed to opportunities that I never would have had before. I participated in community service projects, attended conferences, and took on leadership roles. I was challenged to think critically, which helps me greatly as a nurse, to engage in scholarly research, and to push myself beyond my comfort zone, like speaking to a bunch of people. One of the most significant opportunities I was exposed to was the Jack and Cook Scholarship. I was a semifinalist for such a prestigious award, and that was life changing. It provided me with financial support that was necessary to graduate Stevenson University debt free. I the opportunity was made possible by the resources and support provided by Phi Theta Kappa, and that set me up for success. As the vice president of scholarship for my chapter at Chi Theta, I focused on helping other students get scholarship opportunities. It was a truly rewarding experience to see my peers benefit from the same opportunities I had. That also helped me so much. I helped my friend, which I'm so proud of, get a full ride, which I don't take any credit for, but she credits me for getting a full ride to Johns Hopkins University. All of these experiences and relationships I formed with my fellow members prepared me for the next phase of my life, nursing school. It was not an easy journey, but the foundation that I built through Phi Theta Kappa was give me the I'm sorry. It was not an easy journey, but because of the foundation I built through Phi Theta Kappa, I was able to persevere and succeed. Today, I am proud to say that I am a pediatric ICU nurse and I work in a very challenging but rewarding field where I have the privilege to care for some of the most vulnerable patients in our healthcare system. I know that I would not be where I am today without the support and guidance of Phi Theta Kappa. So, to the new members being inducted today, I want to encourage you to embrace this organization with open arms. Phi Theta Kappa can be a transformative Phi Theta Kappa has been a transformative experience for me, and I know that it can be that for you as well. Take advantage of every opportunity that is available to you and use them as stepping stones towards your goals. Surround yourself with people who will challenge you and uplift you, and don't be afraid to dream big. Remember, the path to success is not always easy or straightforward. But with hard work, determination, and a supportive community, anything is possible. I challenge you to not only focus on your own success, but to also support and encourage your fellow members. We are all in this together, and by lifting each other up, we can achieve great things. Thank you for allowing me to share my journey with you today. As you embark on your own journey as new members of Phi Theta Kappa, remember that you have already proven yourself through hard work and dedication. You have earned your place here on your own merit. I challenge you to continue to push yourselves, to seek out new opportunities, and to embrace the challenges that come your way. The journey to success is not always easy, but it is always worth it. And as you navigate this journey, know that you have a supportive community in Phi Theta Kappa, a community that will uplift and inspire you along the way. Congratulations again. And I cannot wait to see the amazing things that you will achieve in the future. Thank you.
Honored guests and fellow Phi Theta Kappa members, I am the Catonsville co-president, one of the co-presidents, and my name is Jimong. I am pleased to present to you these candidates for membership in our honor society. These students have fulfilled all requirements for membership and have been selected because they have chosen scholarship, leadership, service, and fellowship as their hallmarks. I recommend them for acceptance into the Phi Theta Kappa International Honor Society of the two-year college.
Hello, everyone. My name is Christina, and I am the other co-president of Alpha Rho Psi. You are about to be inducted into a scholarly fellowship, which embraces two-year colleges not only of your own state, but also of the nation and the world. This fellowship is Phi Theta Kappa, and your local chapter is Alpha Rho Psi for Catonsville, Beta Alpha Tau for Dundalk, Chi Theta for Essex. After induction, you will find among the members an atmosphere of scholarship, to which you must give the best of yourself so that the organization may be meaningful to you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Tashana, and I am the Vice President of Outreach. At this point in the program, we normally find a quote that matches PTK's goals. So, this quote that I'm about to read is from our former President, Barack Obama. As he serves as a graduation speaker for all this year, his quote seems very appropriate for tonight's proceedings. Keep exploring, keep dreaming, keep asking why. Don't settle for what you already know. Never stop believing in the power of your ideas, your imagination, your hard work to change the world. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Liz Ridenauer, and I'm another Vice President of Outreach for Catonsville chapter of Phi Theta Kappa. Displayed on this screen is a torch. It is a symbolic of knowledge, which is a servant of wisdom, which dwells with prudence and leads the way of righteousness in the midst of the paths of judgment.
Gundalk, you are muted.
And congratulations.
You're good. You're good now.
Hello. My name is Sabrina. This is the emblem of Phi Theta Kappa. It consists of a golden slash, key at the top and bottom. The golden field like the escalon of our Pokemon. Refers to the golden opportunity that abounds on every hand of society. Spoken to evidence their culture and perform good work. Since gold is the most noble of metals, it shall have a further significance of our society. For it shall represent the nobility attained by those who achieve intellectual leadership.
Hello, everyone. My name is Christy Phipps, and I've been a member of the PTK for about a year now. Across the slab, we will observe a black band. It represents the three ideas which band us together. As a goal of self-control, which is the necessary foundation for true wisdom, aspiration, and purity. Shining through the black emerald background are the three Greek letters, which are the initials of those three mystic Greek words meaning wisdom, aspiration, and purity.
Good evening again. The other campuses were not able to hear me because unfortunately he had me muted, but that's okay, because I'm gonna repeat what I said. Displayed on, first of all, my name is Marianne and I'm a PTK member and have been for about a year. Displayed on the screen and in my hand is a white rose. This rose typifying purity and beauty of life, with its white buds signifying intellectual associations. And again, good luck to everybody and welcome new members. I'm sure you're good.
They got the verse back up there. Sorry about it.
Did you get me this time?
You're good this time. I'm supposed to be talking.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Andrea Rodriguez. I am the Chi Theta president, and behind me is the band of wreath. One side is composed of oak leaves and the other of laurel. The oak leaves stand for stability and strength of character as symbolized by the sturdy oak. The graceful curling leaves of the laurel signify achievement and success, all attributes for membership in our society.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Emily Batiste, and I am currently the Vice President of Membership for Chi Theta Kappa. Behind, no, okay, above the band is the representation of the head of Athena, the goddess of learning. In the base appear the Greek letter meaning light, the light of knowledge and learning, the common idea for members of Pi Theta Kappa on our society. This badge stands as a symbol for the high idealism of our organization and membership in our select group.
Hi, my name is Devora, and I am currently the Vice President of Scholarship. Now that you have studied the constitution of this organization, the purpose of which is to foster a spirit of devotion and scholarly ideals amongst its members, and whose principles are embodied in Greek letters, which stand for wisdom, aspiration, and purity. Now that the standards, ideals of these organizations have been fully revealed to everyone, you come to complete the pledge, which admits you to complete the fellowship. I would like everyone, all the inductees, to please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name, do solemnly promise on this 12th day of April to uphold the standards of Pi Theta Kappa and to make this object aim foremost in my mind. And I do solemnly pledge allegiance to my fellow members and promise to aid them in all worthy endeavors. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Sunil Konath, and along with Dan Sim, I am grateful and honored to serve our amazing students here at Phi Theta Kappa at Catonsville. And so, the moment you've all been waiting for. We will now honor all our new inductees. So we will go in alphabetical order by campus. The Catonsville campus inductees will be read off and honored first, followed by the Dundalk campus inductees, and then Essex. So when your name is read, please come to the stage, shake hands with the chapter officers and members of the administration. In our case, we're proud to have Dean Adams here at Catonsville. And so have members of the administration gathering to greet you. Please do sign your chapter's membership book and then receive your flower and candle from our officers. And so it's alphabetical order. Malia Ahmed. Malia is a psychology major, and she would like to thank all the CCBC professors who encourage her every day. And Olivia N. Amechi. And Olivia is a nursing major, and she would like to thank her parents and uncle. Okay, and Loretta Ambe. Loretta is a pre-nursing major, and she would like to thank God, her parents, family, and friends who have stood by and encouraged throughout her career goals and life challenges. Gretchen Anderson.
Gretchen is a human service generalist major, and she likes to begin by thank God for guiding her path and using CCBC to bring her full circle. Daniel Ashikun. And Daniel is a general studies major, and he would like to thank parents and siblings. Emma Booth. And Emma is an environmental science major. Would like to thank family and friends for supporting her throughout her educational journey and guiding her through life. Also like to thank your student life cohort members and advisors. And in a particular way, she'd like to thank student life and veteran services staff for everything they do to support the college. Thomas Borsari. And Thomas is a professional pilot, airplane major. And Thomas would like to thank his wife, Colleen, for supporting him through all the extra time and effort, and to thank his parents for encouragement and support. Andres Garcia. And Andres is an economics major, would like to thank CCBC and PTK for giving him the chance to develop his professional life. Fred Gorman. Fred is a human services counseling major, would like to thank his wife of 23 years, Sue Gorman. Mariam Hashiru. Mariam is a general studies pre-pharmacy major, and she would like to thank her family for always being her backbone and support. She'd like to really love to thank Ms. Judith Moten from CCBC's Academic Advising Office, stood by her throughout. And final line is, quote, "Ms. Judith, no advisor has done it better than you, and I really appreciate you." Avery Hinton Watts. And Avery is a math major. And Leah Howard. And Leah's a general studies with concentration in fine arts. She'd like to thank everyone at CCBC for the amazing opportunities and support. She'd like to thank all her CCBC instructors for their support and encouragement, and especially to thank her photography teacher, Bob Creamer. Keenan Hula. And Keenan is an automotive technology major. Would like to thank and acknowledge his wonderful parents who supported him since he was little. Thank him especially for their support as he transferred out of a four-year program to CCBC. And he'd like to thank all the adult leaders in the programs that he's participated while growing up for fostering him into the young man he is today. Monsamola Ibrahim. And Mosamula is a psychology major, and she would like to thank her mother for being her unconditional support. Antoinette Jackson. Antoinette is a human services counseling, behavioral, and mental health major. She'd like to thank the Lord and then her husband and her children for their support, encouragement, and understanding. And a special thanks to her beautiful prayer warriors. Chinwendu Grace Kalu. And Chinwendu is a nursing major, and she'd like to appreciate her family and friends for their support. Also thankful to her professors at CCBC for the knowledge they impact to us. Prada Khan. And Prada is a biology major and would like to thank her family for encouraging her to pursue this degree and desired career. And the amount of support that they've provided is beyond measure. And a huge thank you to partner and beautiful children. She hopes she's making them proud. Ryan Latham. And Ryan is a secondary education major in English, and he'd like to thank his wife, Jennifer. Solomon J. Little. And Solomon is an interior design major, would like to thank his mother and sisters for always being there. Like to thank CCBC's art and design faculty for inspiring and teaching him. And a special thanks to Julia Hurd and Osvaldo Meza. Jasmine Long. Jasmine is a psychology major, and she'd like to acknowledge her sons for giving her the motivation to push through and keep striving for better. Vincent Martucci. Vincent's in the process of deciding on his major, and he'd like to thank his mother for being such a supportive parent and homeschooling him throughout his education. And Bernard M.J. Mkumbuzi. And Bernard is an elementary education and special education major. He'd like to thank his supportive girlfriend, Grace Shaffey, his mentors, Dean Adrienne Washington, Jeffrey Wright, Suni Solomon, Wendell Johnson, Trey Daniel, and all the supportive staff. And he'd also like to thank his professors, especially Joshua Ackerman, Kendrick Kenny, and Professor Yvonne Cheney. Nabina Onyatari. And Nabina is a respiratory care therapy major, and she'd like to acknowledge her academic tutors for their directions and constructive criticism to ensure that she would improve. They've aided in her development, and she'd like to thank her family, boss, and friends for being great support and a great support system as she develops. Consuelo Ochoa. Consuelo is an interior design major, and she'd like to thank her mother for being her mother and for always supporting any of her decisions. And she'd like to thank her boyfriend, Larry, for his guidance and support and constantly pushing her. Also like to thank her sister from another mother, Peggy, for her help and sisterhood that she frequently shows her. And finally, she'd like to thank herself for the endless hours of work and study and for not giving up as life gets busy. Oladal Faradat Abalari. Oladal Faradat is a nursing major, and she'd like to start by thanking God Almighty for guiding her. And she'd also like to thank her family and friends for supporting her this fall. Sabrina Noble Pereira. Sabrina is a legal studies major, and she'd like to particularly thank her mother. This will be interesting. Liz Ridenauer, she's playing two roles. And so Liz is a pre-veterinary studies major, and she'd like to thank her parents for supporting her through school as she learns and develops her talents, and the PTK community for being an example of fellowship, academic excellence, and service. Erin Strali. And Erin is an American Sign Language and Deaf Culture major. And she'd like to thank herself. She never thought she'd be so successful. She's lived through all the things she thought she couldn't live through, and she made it. Tazin. And Tazin is an accounting major. And she'd like to thank her parents and teachers for their precious words and encouragement. And Era Teal. And Era is a business administration major, and she'd like to thank her friends and family and all her past CCBC professors. And Jeannie Venturina. And Jeannie is a nursing major, and she'd love to acknowledge her family for being her strength and motivation through all the ups and downs. They're the rock when she's at her lowest, and grateful for being able to make the most of what she has. And she'd also like to extend her appreciation thanks to CCBC, her professors who have imparted their knowledge to prepare her in nursing. Tori Wade. Tori is a cybersecurity major, and Tori would like to thank her mom and sister for being her support system and motivator. Love you all. Kelly Woods. And Kelly is an automotive technology major, and she'd like to thank Harold Babb and William Hemling. And Pratibha Yergudi Amarnath, who is a physician assistant major, and she'd like to thank her husband, Yogesh, taking up a lot of the household chores and taking care of her son to concentrate on her studies. Without him, this would not have been possible. And finally, she'd like to thank her son, who's been so super supportive and very understanding beyond his age.
Hello, everyone. My name is Vivian Delgado. I am the coordinator of student engagement here at the Dundalk campus, and today I'm going to be presenting before here at Dundalk. Kelly Brennan. Aya. Aya is a like to grandmother, challenging her, encouraging her to and further her education. Like to thank herself for accomplishing. I've been an academic counselor. General. Like to thank faculty and staff here at CCBC during which has been experience higher academic. More specifically, just to medically Professor Jacqueline Scott, Jeremy Kaplan, and Professor Dr. Dr. and got her right on the right path. Betsy would like to thank her mom, is truly her inspiration and always tells her that she can do and whatever she needs to be. And just knowing that she has support on her every day and that keeps her striving for her goals. I love your mom. Consider her sister Samantha and Madison for giving her the confidence to go after anything and that she wants in life and just being here for her always. She loves you guys very much. After her journey, her major is dental hygiene, and she would like to thank her lungs. Irna Kaufsdorf, she would like to thank her family and friends in Ukraine and just for believing and encouraging her to move to the United States 7 years ago to pursue her dreams. Their support is something that has kept her going despite all the challenges and obstacles that came along the way. Wanda Nunes is a human services counseling. I'd like to thank without her husband, she wouldn't be here, so she is beyond grateful for her husband and that she has. He provides support in any possible way that he could. Who's here now? Thank you, guys.
Okay, so now for the Essex inductees. First, Julian Alexander, fine arts major. Would like to acknowledge his mother, father, and art professors that have helped Julian improve his skills. Emily Batista, who is also up here. Her major is business administration, and she would like to acknowledge her and thank her family and friends. Next, Jaden Bennett, computer science major, would like to thank his mother. Joshua Brown, another computer science major, I would like to thank the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Cassandra Brunson, still working on a major. Cassandra here? No. Okay, G Cha. But oh, okay. Jacqueline Walls, Christian. General studies major, would like to thank her family for believing in her abilities and furthering her education and for encouraging her to pursue her dreams. Good job. Kyle Clark Echeverria, general studies major, and would like to thank me for encouraging him to get involved in Phi Theta Kappa. And apparently I've motivated him to become the PTK regional officer. You're welcome, Kyle. Madison, is it Cuppet? Let's see. Yes, good. Okay. An elementary education, special education major, and would like to thank her parents for always supporting her through school, her grandmothers in heaven watching down on her tonight, and all the support she's had from being a work study and student life. She's always in the student life office. Helped her find more opportunities within her education. And a huge thank you to all her family and friends who have never ending support and love her. Skylar Dishon. Oh, Deshaun. Secondary education major. I'd like to thank family for supporting her through all the hard decisions and difficult times in her life. And high school avid teacher, I can't see the name, I'm sorry, for always being a strong educator, cared for his students inside and outside the classroom. Gabriel Dungan, human service counseling major. I'd like to thank her parents for believing in her and pushing her to do the best of herself. Also like to thank fiance Lily for encouraging and supporting Gabrielle when she needed it most. Good. Haley Ensor, music major. Like to thank her family and friends for encouraging her throughout her life, and not be she wouldn't be where she is today without their love and support. Also like to thank all the music teachers that she's had, and especially her mom for being her first music teacher. Amber Espinal, another one of our officers here at in the Chi Theta chapter, a psychology and dental hygiene major. Would like to thank her aunt and grandmother for allowing her to dream further and allowing her to be able to achieve all of her goals. Also, her parents for granting her the opportunity to move to America and provide her the chance to be in college. Elijah Foster, a psychology major. Let's see, mom and dad, thank you. Mom always made sure is heading in the right direction. Father always made sure to instill valuable lessons in me. Little brother always had his back, and his grandparents too. Kara Gardner, psychology major. Like to thank God, mom, teachers, and colleagues who believed in her and helped her to get where she is. Devorah Gebremichael, another one of our officers here at in the Chi Theta chapter, business administration major. Like to thank her mother and siblings for supporting her decisions. Would not have had the motivation to achieve success without her family. Also like to thank her advisor, Chrissy Hoffman, her professors, mentors like Adrian Washington and Kelly Lemons, and many other faculty and staff who've played a significant role in her success. Ayana Hasselberger, general studies major. I'd like to thank her family for their unconditional love and support, and to her grandparents, mother and brother. She loves each of you deeply, and without you wouldn't be able to accomplish her dreams. Jacqueline Hernandez is a general studies business pathway student. I'd like to thank her parents and who've supported every dream, goal, and project that she's ever had. Aliana Hines, biology major, would like to thank God for helping her achieve this honor. Cornelius Pizarro Killing. My list. Biology major, I'd like to thank his family for reminding it's never too late. Glenda Lane, heating, ventilation, air conditioning, and refrigeration major. Like to thank mother and husband and brother and 3 kids for supporting her on this, and encouraging her to be the best she can be. Good. Ifedayo Luetio Tunla, computer science major. Aaron Lucis, secondary education English. Like to thank parents. And girlfriend for being there for her amazing emotional support. Joe Lupton Jr., cybersecurity major. Like to thank his Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. There you go. Laura McLean, business administration major. Would like to thank her husband for his continuous support. Kenya Medrano, Accounting major, would like to thank her mom for encouraging her always to shine, strive for. Good. Let's see. She brought her brother and her to our United States so we could have the opportunity. She could not. And for that, she's eternally grateful. Islay Montufar, general studies major, wants to thank his family and their experiences, sacrifices motivated them to make themselves present in every room. Let's see. Also want to thank Dr. Patricia Quintero Hall and Professor Courtney Sargent for constantly providing them with support beyond an academic setting, particularly as a native student here at CCBC. Jai Nettles, general studies major. I'd like to thank mom and dad and sister for paving a way for you to thrive and come into your own. Brianne Nettles, general studies major. I'd like to thank family and support system. They've pushed her to work hard and molded you into the person that you are today. Sarah Okome, computer science major. Would like to thank her family for their encouragement and guidance throughout her education. Frank Olfella, electrical engineering major. Like to thank his professors for helping through his journey. Zara Olisa, nursing major. Like to thank parents and Professor Koch. Nakema Owens, medical laboratory technology student. Excellent. Would like to thank her son Cameron, whose motivation for keeping going, and Aunt Edie, who has been a huge help in helping with your son while you've been attending school. Cassandra Park, Human Services Counseling, would like to give a special thanks to John C., who gave you the hope you desperately needed by showing some compassion. And your best friend, Christina, for always believing in you, as well as your daughter and parents for never giving up on you. Ashley Payton, computer science, information systems management major. Like to thank God. Parents for teaching you to be true to yourself. And all of your professors. Great. Leilani Petrowski, accounting major, would like to thank mom, dad, sister, and boyfriend for always supporting and pushing you to become a better person. Stephanie Poe, a nursing major, would like to thank family for believing in her and acknowledge your son would not be where you were without him motivating you to get better. Andrea Rodriguez, another one of our officers here, general studies and global studies major, would like to thank her parents, siblings, and friends for always being there for her, for their love and support. Peggy Scholler, a nursing major. Okay. Caitlin Sloan. Okay. Brendan Thompson, business administration major. Diana Paulina Torres Linares, is that right? Okay, Antoine Trent Jr., criminal justice major. All right, would like to thank the man up above, God, who's good all the time. Also like to thank and acknowledge grandparents, parents, wife, children, and brothers. Winner, Ukawoko, actually Jenna. Ukawoko, Business Administration. I'd like to thank family and friends. Unegbu, Max. Like computer science major, like to thank all those who made him who he is today. Oh yeah. Brandon Willard, digital forensics major. Crystal Woodard, nursing major. Like to thank husband Wesley for all the continuous support, mother Debbie, giving you a steadfast work ethic and raising you to see your full potential. All right. Congratulations, everybody. Can we give a round of applause? Yeah, all right. Yeah. Ready. Welcome to PTK. All right.
Indeed, it is my pleasure to welcome you all into the Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society and the lively fellowship of scholars it affords. We salute you all for your accomplishment. I charge you to always explore for the truth and to dedicate yourselves to the cultivation of the well-reasoned life. It is a prelude to service and honor. And again, hearty congratulations to all.
Hello, everybody. As I previously mentioned, my name is Andrea Rodriguez. I am the current Chi Theta president, and I want to begin by congratulating all of you on your achievements and by welcoming you to the Phi Theta Kappa community. Phi Theta Kappa is a community full of support and also with the strong values that are displayed through the 4 pillars, which are leadership, scholarship, service, and fellowship. My journey in Pi Theta Kappa started a year ago in Rider University. It was a conference from the Middle States regions, and I was overwhelmed, but also fascinated by the fir- forthcoming projects. And with the support and guidance of our advisors, also the fellow officers and the members of our chapter, we did not only successfully complete our projects, but we also improved the CCBC and our local community. One of our main projects seek to explore the roots of injustices in the access to sports. We volunteer at a youth organization and also advertise women basketball games in our community in order to close the gap of disparity. Furthermore, we left a legacy in promoting literacy and building community within the campus with the addition of our free little libraries. Pi Theta Kappa has been a fascinating experience, and I have been honored to be part of this community that has helped me to build relationship with my peers, with the faculty, the administration, and also it has helped me become a leader. I encourage all of you to be involved and active members in your community and to strive to make a difference. Thank you.
I'm standing between you and some food and celebrating your night, so I'm going to keep this short, okay? First, again, one more big round of applause to all our inductees. And thank you to the friends and the family that are here supporting them, our inductees tonight and always through their educational journey. And thank you for our guests from around the college, from the college administration for being here tonight. Before we leave, I just want to congratulate our current members of the chapter. We have 3 5-star chapters at CCBC, the Essex, Catonsville, and Dundalk chapters are all 5-star chapters. It's the highest honor a chapter can achieve. So if you're an officer in one of those campuses at Catonsville, Dundalk, and Essex, can you please rise and just recognize them? And for our new members, please connect with these folks. These are the folks that know how to make the most out of your CCBC experience and the most out of your time at CCBC. Talk to the chapter officers, talk to your advisors, and each chapter will also be connecting with you after the meeting about letting you know exactly when meetings are on each of the 3 main campuses and virtually. So that's all I got to say, but I hope you all have a fabulous night. Thank you for coming. Please grab some food. We should have cake and some fruit and some drinks on each of the main campuses. Please enjoy. Socialize with some of the new folks here you're meeting tonight, and have a fabulous evening. Thank you all for coming.
The